Surprise! I'm filming this video at the same time as I filmed the unboxing. Just the purple sweater was doing the novella so much justice. But anyways, guys, welcome back to another indie book review video with my little indie book review series. I just wanted to do this because I wanted to highlight some amazing indie authors and books that I really enjoyed. So this is Moonsoul. Welcome. This is it's not YA, I don't think, but I don't know. I'd have to go look, but on Nathaniel's Instagram. But this is a science fiction fantasy novella called Moonsoul by an indie author named Nathaniel Luscombe, who has also written a bunch of other books that I intend to pick up. But this was an amazing experience. So I want to start off by saying that Moonsoul was I'm also going to warn you guys now, I don't really edit too much in my review videos. I kind of just want you to get my actual reactions to what the story was and me talking about it. But anyways, it was a very eye-opening experience. I learned a lot about myself, actually. This book talked a lot about, in my opinion at least, generational trauma. It talked about the main character overcoming their fears with certain things, but also coming to terms with those fears. Anyways, so I'm gonna read you the back. I don't think I can justify it any longer. I'm going to quit my job. August has never been good with change and isn't sure who she is beyond her job of reading memories in the sand. When she comes to the conclusion that she has to quit her job, she's left with an overwhelming sense of emptiness. What follows is the quiet chaos of a girl regaining control of her life on a small desert moon. Deciding to take a job in the hanging gardens of the Spire. You can see the hanging gardens in the cover. August discovers more to life as she meets new friends, forms a different connection with her home, and faces an unexpected visitor from her past. Rich in relatable emotions and experiences, inspiring in message and written in prose that will hook you from page one, Moonsoul is a science fantasy novella unlike any you've read before. I will leave you feeling seen and understood. For real. If you are someone who goes with or deals with generational trauma, or deals with, social anxiety, or deals with, just feeling lost in your 20s and 30s, this is the perfect book for you. So this book follows the main character, August, and she is, spoilers by the way, I said this in my other video, but there will be light spoilers in this video. I'm not going to reveal too much, but if you don't want any spoilers, click away or skip to certain parts, etc. I don't know. Sorry, I won't reveal too much, but I'll only reveal the light things about the story. But anyways, the story follows August, and August is half Spyran, which is another type of humanoid, alien, otherworldly creature, if that makes any sense, on this desert moon. And being part Spyran, August can read the memories of people in the sands of the moon. And I don't know if you can see, but there's the purple sands of the moon. And this is the spire that they live in. But anyways, so August reads the memories, and August decides to quit her job because she's not feeling very content in it. She's feeling a lot of, like I said, generational trauma in the sense that she is half this creature and half human. And I also think I think Nathaniel did an amazing job writing, maybe from a mixed person's perspective, potentially, because this character is mixed with some other type of creature or race in this book. But I myself am not mixed, but I have lived a transracial adoptee's experience, having parents that are a different race than myself. Or adopted parents that are a different race than myself. And I at least related to August a lot in this book in regards to the fact of feeling torn with those feelings and feeling very stuck in between. If you are mixed, or if you deal with similar thoughts and emotions, this is a great book for you. But anyways, so August decides to quit her job. And she goes on this transformational journey of discovering new friends, discovering new passions, This book is very, I would say it's like medium to slow burn. For me, it was at least. But I liked that a lot. I think Nathaniel did an amazing job with the pacing. The writing was great. It took me maybe like a chapter to get into it, not even gonna lie. The first chapter, I was like, it was kind of like sitting with me because this book has, for me at least, in my own experience, I had never read a book that was written in this way. So when I was reading the first chapter, I was almost like taken aback because I was like, what's happening here? But then as I got to like chapter 2 and 3, I was like, okay. We're talking about generational trauma. We're talking about, overcoming one's fears. We're talking about, not even knowing you had those fears to begin with, some in some points. And we're talking about a lot of growth. And I was like, damn, okay. But anyways, so I love this book for that reason. But anyway, so August quits her job. She goes on this newfound journey to find friends, find a new career, find herself. And it isn't until, I won't say what happens, but it isn't until she gets, like it said on the back, an unexpected visitor from the past, that she has to confront certain emotions that she wasn't maybe sure she was ready for. But at the same time, it is within these newfound friends and newfound passions and newfound things that she finds comfort, in the sense that things change and that things don't always stay the same, but at the same time, sometimes that can be a good thing. And I deeply, deeply enjoy this book for that reason, because I think Nathaniel just did an amazing job on capturing the thoughts and feelings of being a young person or a young adult, and but doing it from the perspective of like a sci-fi fantasy faraway realm. I think it's just so interesting to me, like as a concept, like touching upon real world things and real world issues and real world thoughts and emotions, but through the eyes of like a fictional but very sci-fi fantasy character and setup. I loved it so much. That's just me. I am in my 20s. I am dealing with a lot of thoughts and emotions that are similar to August, who is the main character. And even Lecca. Lecca is one of the friends that she meets later on. I won't say too much. All I can say is that I want Lecca to be my friend. I want someone like Lecca in my life. If you've read this book, or Nathaniel, if you're watching this, or whoever, I want Lecca to be my friend. I need someone in my life like Alex to like, ooh. But anyways, I need people that are more supportive. But anyways, this book was very, it almost felt like grief, if that makes any sense for me, because I was experiencing emotions while I was reading it, that I didn't even really kind of realize that I had about certain things, and it really made me think. And I liked that a lot about this book. But I liked that it wasn't so heavy that it was like traumatic, or you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you read a book and it's like you're reliving the trauma all over again, and sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes you're like, this is a little too much. No, this book was like just the right amount for me. It was just the right amount of emotions. It was just the right amount of relatability. And overall, I really liked the writing style too. Like, it just, oh my God, I'm looking at the inside too, and like, the font. Look at that font. Look how pretty. With the moon. Love it. Anyways, couldn't recommend this book more. Overall, I would give it, honestly, maybe like a 4.5 out of 5. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. I think I would give it maybe the only instance I would rate it a 4 is because maybe if I were being nitpicky, is because in the beginning it took me maybe like 2 or 3 chapters to get into it. But because of like the it factor of how much I actually enjoyed it overall, I would supersede that, or I would, I would, sorry, it's late, but I just enjoyed this book so much, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And I really think that if you struggle with loneliness, and I think if you struggle with feeling out of place, I think this is a great book for you. And I think you might actually find a lot of comfort in it, in the sense of feeling seen. And I know I did, and I know that Nathaniel did an amazing job doing that for me. I will be recommending this book to literally everybody I know that likes books, at least. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. If not, I totally understand. I get it. Books aren't for everybody, and these types of books aren't for everyone, etc. I also like that it was a quick read. It wasn't too lengthy. It wasn't too short either. But it's a nice little length. But that is Moon Soul by Nathaniel Luscombe, and I hope you guys do pick yourself up a copy or see it on Kindle or view it on Kindle, because it is a great book. So happy.